Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB Daily Fantasy Preview Show for today, the 5th of September. I'm taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today. I will be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct a lineup to maximise our point scoring potential, foundation players who should be used as a foundation to build a winning lineup at each position, and a value player for each position as well. For those of you that haven't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will pop a link in the description in this video down below. That will enable you to do that today. Starting pitchers today, Drew Pomeranz of the Boston Red Sox is $12,000. If we do know one thing for sure, it's that Pomeranz can thrive in this ballpark. He was having an outstanding career for the outstanding year, for the Padres prior to the trade to Boston. He now opposes against San Diego, who are a unit that strikes out second most in all of baseball. He has got 169 strikeouts in 153 innings pitched this year, and he does look a very solid option for your starting pitching today. Masahiro Tanaka of the New York Yankees for $9,900. Tanaka has faced the Jays twice this year. While he has yet to win, he has allowed 3 earned runs across 12 innings in those starts. He's compiled 146 strikeouts in 173 innings this year. Toronto are above average when it comes to the strikeout. They are a dangerous lineup, but Tanaka has found some consistency recently, going 4-0 with a 1.93 ERA over his last 5 starts. In a day where there's some questionable options at the top of the pitching slate and some very poor ones at the bottom, I think Tanaka, while not offering a lot of upside, does offer an element of certainty, which is pretty much all you can ask for if, like me, you find pitching difficult today. And Kenta Maeda of the Los Angeles Dodgers for $9,000. He's got 148 strikeouts and 146 2/3 on the year, faces a top 5 strikeout lineup in a pitcher's ballpark. Maeda offers the sort of upside that we are looking for, the only drawback being Zach Greinke in opposition. Maeda has had relative success against Arizona this year, with 1 defeat at Chase Field. The only time he faced them in Los Angeles, he pitched 6 innings of shutout ball. He's 5-1 with a 3.72 ERA in his last 7 starts. Those are the 3 pitchers I'm looking at using today. Going further down, I was toying with Ubaldo Jimenez, but for the price he is and the production I'm expecting, I don't think he's worth the risk, because there is some risk with Jimenez, and I think he's about 6,600, which is at least 1,000 more than I'd want to pay, because I'm not sure he's going to get much over double digits today. So I've just left it at the 3. With stacks of the day today, we are obviously going to start at Coors Field. The San Francisco Giants are now in town. Weather conditions do look great again for hitters at Coors today. Matt Moore is up for San Francisco, pitched really well the last couple of starts for San Fran, but as a lefty as well, he's not ideal for Colorado. Chad Bettis goes for the Rocks. He gave up 5 in San Francisco the only time he's seen the Giants this year, and the San Francisco stack looks a really solid option, but in honesty, with the weather conditions forecast, I do think all bats are in play in Colorado today. Small Colorado stack I'd use at the top of their lineup. Second baseman DJ LeMahieu for $5,100. He has the platoon. He's hitting .344 with 10 homers this year. He's gone .429 with 2 bombs in his last 15 games. Nolan Arenado at third for $5,600. He has the platoon, hitting .295 with 36 homers on the year. .417 with 6 homers in his last 15. Maybe Ryan Rayburn in the outfield. Generally bats around 5th when they face a lefty. He's only 3,300 today. He has the platoon. He's a .230 hitter with 8 homers on the year. For a San Francisco stack, outfielder Denard Span hits leadoff usually. He's 5,300. He's on the right side of the platoon against Bettis. He's a .268 hitter with 9 homers and 12 steals. He has upped that to .306 with 3 homers in his last 15 games. Second baseman Joe Panic for 5,300. Also enjoys the platoon. .252 hitter with 10 homers. He's hitting .333 with a couple of homers in his last 7 games. Catcher Buster Posey for 4,700. He's hit .287 this year with 12 home runs. And if he's in the lineup, first baseman Brandon Belt for 4,400. Check those lineups. As I say, he did get hit with he got hit by a pitch in the head yesterday. He's certainly in the concussion protocol, so if he does play, he has the platoon in the matchup. .268 hitter with 14 homers on the year. Another ballpark with solid looking weather conditions forecast, though not spot on perfect, is Minnesota today. The Twins are facing a fly ball pitcher in Ian Kennedy. Now, Kennedy has been in good form recently. This is not a stack for the faint of heart. I don't think it will be heavily used, to be honest, but it could also kill your lineup. Kennedy has pitched shutouts in 2 of his performances against Minnesota this year. I think he's only faced them 3 times. Though both of those did take place in Kansas City. He didn't get out of the 4th inning, but he did only allow 3 earned runs, I think it was, when he pitched in Minnesota against them. But he was also very good last month with an ERA below 2 for the month of August. That being said, I will take second baseman Brian Dozier for 4,700. He's hitting 276 with 35 home runs on the year, 367, 5 homers in his last 7. Jorge Polanco can be used at third or short. He's 3,200. The switch hitter's hitting 295. Does only have the 1 home run, but I think he's certainly worth slotting in there. First baseman Joe Mauer for 3,700. He has the platoon and a home run off of Ian Kennedy. 275 with 10 homers this season. Batting 310 in his last 7 games though. And Max Kepler in the outfield for 4,200. Also enjoys the platoon, hitting 244 with 16 homers on the season. I think probably the most popular non-cause stack today is likely to be Baltimore against the struggling and homer-prone Matt Andriese. In spite of the yard favouring the pitcher, Andriese has an ERA approaching 8 since the start of August. He's allowed 9 home runs in 6 starts, though granted most of that damage did come in a 4 home run game in the Bronx against the Yankees. The Orioles, as we know, lead baseball in home runs, so I think you're probably going to have to stack some Orioles. First baseman Chris Davis for 3,800. He enjoys the platoon, has a home run off of Andriese, hitting 224 with 33 home runs on the year, 5 home runs in his last 15 games. Outfielder Adam Jones for 4,300 hits at the top of the order, 280 with 25 homers of the year, 429 with a home run in his last 7 games. Shortstop JJ Hardy for 2,600, he's hitting 259 with 8 homers. Outfielder Mark Trumbo for 4,300, 254 with 41 homers, 5 of them in his last 15 games. And Manny Machado, who can be used at third or at short if you don't fancy JJ Hardy. He's 5,100, 305 with 33 homers on the year. He's got 5 homers in his last 15 games as well. My foundation players today: at first is Joey Votto of Cincinnati for 5,400. Will enjoy the platoon against Bartolo Colon, hitting 312 with 22 home runs on the season, 346 with 2 homers in his last 7 games. Matt Carpenter of St. Louis is my second baseman, though he can be used at third. He's 4,900. Will enjoy the platoon today, hitting 277 with 17 homers on the year. My third baseman is Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs, who also qualifies in the outfield for 5,300. He has a home run against Zach Davies of Milwaukee. He's hitting 305 with 36 homers on the season, 351 with 6 homers in his last 15 games. My shortstop is Tampa Bay Rays Brad Miller, who also can be used at first for 4,200. He enjoys the platoon, 258 with 26 homers, which is already a season high for his career. Outfielder Christian Yelich of the Miami Marlins for 5,000. He enjoys the platoon against Jared Eichhoff, who he has hit a home run against. He's hitting 306 with 18 home runs on the year, 308 with 3 homers in his last 7 games. My value plays today: catcher Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals for 3,900. He's a 254 hitter with 20 home runs on the season. Switch hitting first baseman Victor Martinez of Detroit for 3,100. He's hitting 292 with 23 home runs on the season. He has 4 home runs off of Chris Sale. Second baseman Logan Forsythe of the Tampa Bay Rays for 4,000. Hits at the top of the order. He's hitting 283 with 17 bombs on the season. He's hitting 462 with a homer in his last 7 games. I'm going to go home run hunting at third base with Todd Frazier of the Chicago White Sox. He's 3,300. He has had a home run against Justin Verlander before. He doesn't hit for average at 217, so as we say, we're hunting the bombs. He's hit 35 of them this year, 3 of those in his last 7 games. Shortstop Alcides Escobar of the Kansas City Royals for 3,900. He's hitting 268 with 5 homers and 14 steals this year, 321 with 2 homers in his last 7 games. Not really looking to, certainly hope that they put him up the order a little bit. He normally bats quite low down, but I think he's worth having a look at today. Outfielder JD Martinez of the Detroit Tigers was, I believe, he was my foundation player in the outfield yesterday and rewarded us kindly. He's 3,800, has the platoon, 3 home runs against Chris Sale, 321 with 20 homers on the year. As I say, he hit one yesterday. He's hitting 422 with 4 home runs in his last 15 games. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday, America. Enjoy a normal day if you're anywhere else in the world. Best of luck with your lineups today. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video, hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.